There are real problems on the flood front still. I have mentioned this week the worst flooding in living memory on the mid-north coast. Insurance claims, they tell us, could eclipse last year's $2 billion bushfire payouts. Many aren't insured. All they have are the clothes on their back. Helicopters have flown to the rescue of residents who are trapped and stranded on the western side of the Hawkesbury River. I know that 35-year-old Luke Ainscoe, well done Luke, who owns 2 pubs in the area, has been doing a hell of a job with his private chopper to deliver food and supplies to North Richmond, Wilberforce and Colo. I think he summed up the predicament of many when he said people over here are stuffed. They've had homes, farms and businesses flooded. They have no food, literally. He said one guy we ferried across hadn't eaten for 3 days. Now, the cost of all this to individuals, families and businesses is beyond estimation. All that some can see is water and debris, caravans lifted by the waters wedged against other structures. At Port Macquarie, armies of local builders and forklift drivers and waste operators and other accredited emergency service agencies, they've all come together. It's wonderful stuff in a working bee. One woman, Sharon Jones, spoke for many when she said, "That is my life out there on the lawn. There's a lot of my childhood and a lot of my mum's stuff in there." She said, "I've been through cyclones in Cairns and Darwin. They're more scary, but the water here was crazy." I want to congratulate Sydney's Daily Telegraph because without those pictures today, people's imagination doesn't extend to understanding the gravity of it all. The SES have rescued over 1,000 people. Volunteers have been magnificent, as have Red Cross and Vincent de Paul and the Salvation Army. The Australian Defence Force has established Operation NSW Flood Assist and prepared 700 troops to help New South Wales with the recovery. The Prime Minister says the federal government has sent $13.5 million to 10,000 people affected by the floods. Now, you, I know, will tell me if that actually has happened, but we need to be careful here. Major flood warnings remain in place for the Hawkesbury River at Windsor, Sackville and North Richmond, as well as the Colo River at Colo and Colo Heights. Admittedly, relief for New South Wales and Queensland is in sight, but the wild weather systems are moving towards Victoria and Tasmania. There'll be heavy rainfall right down to eastern Tasmania, at least until tomorrow. After that, they're saying warmer conditions. May I just, though, inject here a negative comment? The New South Wales Premier, Gladys Berejiklian, must wonder when all this ends. She's worked tirelessly. Bushfires last year, then floods, then coronavirus, and now the floods again, as has her deputy, John Barilaro. But they've both said the recovery mission in New South Wales will be assisted by an outfit called Resilience New South Wales and its Commissioner Shane Fitzsimmons. Now, I urge both the leader and the deputy to check out this outfit. Is this another giant bureaucracy? It was created last April. It awarded, you think of these people out there with nothing, it awarded an $873,000 contract to PricewaterhouseCoopers to design and establish the organisation. It's headed, as I said, by this Shane Fitzsimmons. I understand a year on, it is not reported to government, nor is there a public document of any kind available. My understanding is $38 million has been given to cover employee-related expenses this year. $38 million. That's just expenses. Staff costs or money the agency is spending on itself are reportedly $71 million. No charity would get away with this. So they'd better be doing some good work. There's a budget of $996 million. So if you're listening to me, you're devastated and you've only got the shirt on your back and you wonder where relief's coming from, you may need to be more resilient than Resilience New South Wales. Until it can be demonstrated otherwise, this looks like another giant and bloated bureaucracy. And if its charter is to provide grants and subsidies for disaster expenditure, I don't think you need 200 staff or $38 million for employee-related expenses when there are a stack of people out there like Luke Ainscoe who are doing this for nothing, along with thousands of volunteers. I will be looking at that issue next week. They better look out as well. But if you've got a problem, don't hesitate to email me, alan@skynews.com.au, or you can text me now, right now, 0414 000 848.